listening to Dank Swamp Rebellion.
Can I throw something on you, see if it feels good?
Sure.
Okay, this is what I would do. I would start with a joke. Joke. Vince Vaughn quote. Obviously.
Swingers or crashers?
Fred Claus. Talk about Andy's ex-girlfriend's quote from Love Actually. Hold back your tears. Pause. Drop the microphone. Get out of that bitch.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Dank Swamp Rebellion. This is Cody. How's it going tonight? We're back for another exciting episode. We got some twists and turns and some spins and shit. And it's a weird month because it's October and we're in the month of Halloween, and we also have 2 full moons this month, so it's super crazy.
Isn't the full moon on Halloween a super full moon as well?
It's like one of those California King full moons where it's double big.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So we need
a lot
to
of spooky shit's gonna be happening this year.
gotta watch out for those werewolves, especially
Michael J. Fox type werewolves?
Oh, Phil said he's gonna be battling the moon. That's why he's not here.
Have you seen Phil around lately?
He's been preparation for the moon fight.
That's what he's been doing? Because
Yeah.
I really thought that
Right.
Happy Valley Dream Survey got him finally.
I hope not. I mean,
so
I'm
he's
just
preparing to
been
fight the
assuming.
moon.
It's one of those bittersweet things. You kind of hope not, but then you kind of hope. Because
Yeah.
you'd be like, God, that'd be so fucking cool if it, because we made fun of it and then it really died.
I don't want to be a liar. You know?
Right. We're trying to report the facts here type stuff.
Yeah, I've never said anything on this show that isn't true.
So for all you first-time listeners that don't know who the other 2 fucksticks are talking besides my own fuckstick self, we got Tyler and we got Alex here. What's up, guys?
How you doing tonight?
Who's doing?
Both of y'all.
I'm all right.
I'm fine. Thank you.
All's good in the underworld.
How are you doing tonight? Not Alex. The rest of you. Off into the abyss. Sinking deeper and deeper into an oppressed nation. That's what this show's for. Get out of that muckety muck and rise on up to the DSR Supermoon Special. On today's broadcast, we'll be not only trudging into the future, but into your hearts. And not in a cardiovascular way, like in surgery, but more of an emotional devastation. Also with AKA Phil.
Sometimes I can actually feel the audience listening to us. Isn't that odd?
What's that feel like?
I don't know. It's weird. It's like if you were, drunk and high at the same time, floating in a big ass hot tub. That's what I think it feels like. But it's pretty cool, man. The message of the rebellion is spreading. It's far and wide and near and far and all kind of stuff like that. So
why do you think that is? I mean, do you think that's just because, like, you know how like cancer works? Like the longer you have it, the worse it gets.
Probably.
Is that
either that or we're becoming leeches on a nation, and that nation is being infested?
I like that one better.
Yeah, it sounds better.
They ever had a leech?
This past week, Tyler and I were actually guests on another podcast. Really, really cool show out in Tucson, Arizona.
Where the fuck is that?
It's
Scorpion Land?
I think it's really close to Canada.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
So what's the name of the podcast, Cody?
It's called Off the Deep End. And it's guys who are, it's actually a couple comedians, Cory, Lytle, and Cody. I can't never say his name right. Is it Stucki?
Yeah, Stucki.
Yeah, Stucki.
Cody Stucki. So yeah, they're you should be able to relate, just as off the deep end, where you constantly find your mind, and
that's where Alex's mind lives.
Off the deep end.
on the off the deep end. No, they're really cool guys, man. It's super cool to get like a different perspective like that, and being in a different part of the country. They're actually not that far away. And it's like a whole different climate for them, 1. And 2, it's cool to find people from a comedy background that actively are trying to practice that. We're just here riffing, we're storytellers, we're Cajuns, so we could talk about shit about the shit as long as there is shit. And that's not, we could literally probably record for a 24-hour session. See, I can't even finish.
Sam, when you do Sam, I can drink, bro. You have enough beer, I could do anything for 24 fucking hours, babe.
I can't even finish the fucking sentence. How I'm supposed to do 24 hours worth of it?
I binge watched the same episode of Justin Wilson for 24 hours straight with 12 cases of Natty Light, one per every hour.
Who's Justin Wilson?
And then repeat. Justin, you know, Justin Wilson is the greatest fake of them all. If you ever heard of that, this son of a bitch came down here. He was a hillbilly Yankee. He was from up north somewhere. I think he was from like Shreveport, Arkansas. If you ever heard of that, that's a city that Louisiana used to have, and then we got tired of his shit, so we gave it to Arkansas.
Well, that would be fun to do a 24-hour live stream and like actually watch us go through the worst possible time
No,
ever.
thank you, dude.
Could you imagine spending 24 hours with Phil?
I wouldn't even do that for Afghanistanis with AIDS, bam.
We could though.
We could.
Afghanistanis with
Afghanistanis with AIDS, bam.
Yeah.
I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
to spend
Shout
24
out to
hours with you.
With Phil.
Oh, with Phil. I might be able to do it with you because it seems like you would nap like a little.
We couldn't
I'd
do it
be
with
knocked
Phil,
out cold.
and I'm going to tell you why. Because those of you that get to see the time that we all played Star Wars Episode 1 Monopoly together, all he did was cry the whole time about how tired he was, and that only took an hour.
Yeah.
So, there's no way he'd make 24 fucking hours. He would die.
Imagine how cranky he would be.
I don't want to imagine that bullshit.
So what we would do is sub them in and out each hour. So he would get to take his nap during the hour he's on, and then that'd be fun. I'd be about that.
So speaking of Phil's been doing some really cool shit lately. Phil's been working on our game, man. He's been working on the DSR Talks game.
Has he?
He has. He's been doing some 3D modeling. He's gonna do. He's actually gonna do a couple live streams, I think, to show the concept of what he's doing and the build. It's really awesome. I watched him on Discord for about 45 minutes the other day, and I was amazed at what that fucker can do.
Young Philium has a very mechanically sound mind, and it's very welcome because neither one of us have that.
He showed me that not only could he make a camper and a propane tank that has a laser gun on the top of it, but he could also make a very nice pair of boobs.
That's not surprising.
I mean, this is Phil we're talking about here.
We pressed him. We asked him if he had ever beaten off to any of his his art that he does, and he claims no. I call bullshit.
I'm going to go on the line and say that's a load of shit for sure.
I think Phil beats off to everything, just in life. Like, he's like, oh shit, a water fountain.
Like the other day when he texted us in the group chat about how he was going beat off.
You knew that was true, huh?
He just knew it.
No, I'm going beat off. No,
He
he's
did,
really,
dude. He was like, I'm going beat off, and you're like, mind your own business. And he was like, that is my business, and you just told it to me. And I'm like, bruh, what?
He got really in his feels about beating off, too. He was like, that's my time. That's my fucking time. I'm like, Phil, calm down, you
Like,
belligerent
why
bitch.
the fuck are you letting us know you're going to do this shit?
Well, I think it's because
we made him stop telling us when he was doing it.
Yeah.
He was letting you know he was going to do it before he was actually doing it, and hey guys, I'm beating off.
We don't need to know while either.
Right.
So he's one of these cats that's going to light a couple candles, put on the hot tub, and go relax.
Have a little Alanis Morissette in the background, but think it's Jewel.
Yeah. That way you could just nut into the water and just have
He just
it
starts
cleanse your soul.
Just starts going to fucking town, huh?
I love Jewel. Oh. Oh, my body.
Can you imagine the water is like so creamy and smooth? He comes out looking like a big, hairy, glistening angel of cum.
Yeah, because he nuts into the water several times. And that's how our buddy Phil was conceived.
So any of you listeners that listen to our last couple episodes know that that's exactly how Phil's Friday nights go. That's how he likes it.
And the sad part is...
Oh, I'm sorry. Every night goes.
That's what I was gonna go for. But he isn't in training right now. He's making a bunch of triangles to battle the moon. This pay-per-view event on Halloween, October 31st, featuring Gravedigger and
and Bone Crusher.
And
The battle for the moon.
also, Chris Angel will be making an appearance and then a reappearance because he's Chris Angel.
Chris Angel's going to be on the moon?
Yeah, you
Dude,
didn't.
where has
Holy
Chris
shit.
Angel been at? Like,
Dude, if he's standing at the top of Luxor in Vegas at the very tip and then disappears and ends up on the moon, I'd be pretty impressed with that shit.
That is absolutely this pay-per-view event that Phil is going to battle the moon. And Gravedigger, again, is going to be up there, too. Jumping cool cars without as much gravity. You know how much fucking air he's going to get? It's going to be nuts. And what was it, Beartooth or fucking...
Bear man tooth.
Bone Crusher. Yeah.
Dorothy Mantooth is a saint.
The Living NordVPN is also going to be there, along with Dolly Parton and a parkour team. Dolly Parton Parkour will also be there. There is a T-shirt to commemorances.
We were on the that show Off the Deep End,
Yeah.
and they started a conspiracy, which is an awesome one, just like we did about Elon Musk. And they claim that they think that Elon Musk fucks fish on the moon and calls them Elon Muskies. And I think it's true. And I think that if any of you have watched the recent episodes of The Boys on Amazon, whenever that fucker, the Deep, the one that's the fish guy, with Patton Oswalt as his gills, whenever he sits down and he stands up again, and they have that trail of slime from his ass to the seat, I think that happens to Elon Musk every time he gets out of one of them Tesla trucks.
You've never seen him sitting down, have you?
Never.
Yeah.
He will not risk that on camera.
It's amazing.
what about when he sits down at Joe Rogan's podcast?
He's not really sitting down, dude. I think there's a bucket through the seat that catches all the seepage of the shit. Because Rogan has couth, you know.
So that's what makes the Halloween event so special, not only to us but everyone else in the world. And to commemorate this event, there will be a T-shirt on our website called the Dolly Parton Parkour Hardcore Show, featuring Gravedigger and Bone Crusher on the moon for the battle of humanity against the moon and Chris Angel. All one title, no spaces.
Put in the promo code Gravon Myers, the sexiest kunash in the entire world, for 1% off, bam.
Directed by Phil.
Yeah, he's going to direct these nuts straight to the moon, the super moon.
He probably could 3D print that, bam.
Yeah.
Sam.
That's a lot of triangles, though.
So also, the moon's doing a lot of weird shit right now. We have a lot of alien activity, especially here on Earth. I've been watching a lot of videos about the mimic octopus. Have y'all seen this fucking thing?
Oh, yeah, man.
Yes.
It's fucking weird. Dude.
So it can mimic other animals, and not just one or two, like dozens and dozens. Anything that it sees, it can mimic. Like, they have videos of them where it actually looks like a dog with little human feet literally running across the bottom of the ocean floor. So with them being able to do this and knowing that octopus as a species, or octopi, or whatever cephalopods that they are, they're so intelligent, and they have DNA that is alien DNA that they cannot formulate.
So I'm going to go ahead and put this on record here. Using the logic of Pokemon, that is actually called a Ditto. And my man Alex knows what this is. So Ditto has the DNA of a Mew, which is
I know what a Mew is.
The Mew has...
That's tough, dude.
That has the DNA of all.
So you got a giant killer squid with Mew's powers?
That's what it sounds like.
That's fucked. I don't want to see that.
I
told you I don't like that shit. Land monsters, I don't fucks with them. They don't fucks with me. Sea monsters, I don't fucks with that.
Gots to go. And yeah, just going off of that logic, that sounds like we have a real life Ditto situation where it sees something and it can mimic it, but it keeps its eyes really empty and nothing behind them, right?
Man, no
soul. One day it's going to see Phil and it's going to mimic that.
Can you imagine that? It comes walking out of the water all beer bellied, and then it's like, where's the wings?
Man, check out that fat ass.
God damn.
He's like checking out a fat ass, and then it's not even an ass. It's just two big mounds of sand far off in the distance.
And
Some
then-
flaps of pancakes.
So
Dude, he'd break out the syrup and the butter.
the octopus fill ditto will then just keep the fill head and then turn into those because he'll never be able to fuck it. So he could go on itself and start rubbing itself like.
Okay. So why do you think he wouldn't be able to? Why would he not be able to fuck it? Because he couldn't catch it?
They're mountains.
I'm just saying.
How is he gonna fuck a mountain?
He will try.
Right, he can try.
If
but
he finds
can't.
one little crack of a waterfall, he's gonna fuck it.
Dude, Phil had a field day with that fucking picture of Cardi B on Twitter.
That got his shit real whoppy, like
Dude, did you see the picture?
Whoppa Jr.
No.
Whoppa Jr.
I try and stay away from Cardi B. That's a little too juicy for me. Juicy. Not cool. But we want to give a few shout outs real quick. We have a couple podcasts that we found out there that we really like. We really have been digging these guys. One in particular we've been listening to is it's called TNT PPHT, which is TNT Pickled Peppered Hop Talk.
Yeah, dude, there's some really cool guys.
I really like their show. They own a brewery, and they've been open for about 4 years, and they're up on the West Coast. And they give a lot of facts about just random facts about stuff. They play like cool little games and shit.
Yeah,
but they're super funny.
Their show is, it's like, I love shows that it feels like you get to hang out with whoever is on the show when you're listening in.
Also, it's relatable.
Yeah, and my boy Tanner in Hop Talks, I had actually called in on one of their live shows. And it was right before we had Hurricane Delta coming crushing its way through. So we planned to have them on the show, but we're going to have to push that one a little further back. But I was able to call in and talk about, the cool shit that we used to do as kids whenever hurricanes would come barreling through, like, hopping on the skateboard and grabbing a bed sheet.
Oh, yeah, boy. Hurricane party, they call that. Bro, yeah. Hurricane Andrew was the son of a bitch for a good one. Somebody stole my fucking hydroslide. And for those of you fucking liberals that don't know what a fucking hydroslide is, Google it. They call that.
Google it.
And we would like our hydroslide back.
Yeah.
We want them all back, you fuckers.
I know exactly which one you had, too. It had the blue sides, and then it had the fucking 90s print on the front with the yellow stripes that look like a cup.
You're very wrong, my friend. We were very... my dad made a lot of money, but the son of a bitch was very stingy. He made us one out of some 3/4-inch plywood. And then once Grovant broke the fin off the back, then it was just pretty much a piece of wood that they dragged me around behind the boat on. Yeah.
My bad.
Weiß Bescheid. Nintendo.
We good?
Dude, somebody's calling the show.
Hey, what's up? Hey.
Oh,
hey,
shit.
How y'all doing?
Thanks for calling in, guys.
Yeah. Cool.
How y'all doing this fine evening?
Pretty good. Couldn't get Google to work for shit, though.
Yeah, Google sucks.
It's something to do with this full moon,
Yeah.
The full moon
Always
coming.
something.
We were just talking about you guys with that whole Elon Musk fucking fish on the moon thing, man. We like that idea.
Yeah, Fishgate.
Fishgate, yeah, Elon Musky. That's fucking great.
Mm-hmm.
But we were also talking about when we were on you guys' show that the whole Leviathan lobster thing, and we were wondering like what's a bigger animal that could probably do the same type of thing. And I just want to let you know, down in Florida, they found a 19-foot python that's bigger than usual. So we have, in different parts of the country, we probably have, we can do that with different animals.
Oh, damn. So I was looking into it after that episode. I got deeper into the cult, and it turns out there's a couple spin-off groups now. There's one called the Evangelicalists.
Oh, nice.
It's like a jellyfish god because apparently jellyfish don't age either. And then another spin-off group. Well, it was a direct spin-off, and their group is just called "We're Gonna Eat That Other Group's God." That's
I like it. You think they're gonna battle it out one day? It sounds like it.
oh, we're going to war.
Pay-per-view.
Dude,
event.
I'm Cajun and I wouldn't eat a jellyfish. Fuck that.
That sucks.
Another fun fact about jellyfishes, they reproduce by screaming racial slurs.
Not surprising either.
I guess we should introduce these guys. This is Cory, Lytle, and Cody. Is it Stucki? I always say it wrong.
No, you got it right.
Yeah, you got it that time.
Right on, man.
Guys, I saw y'all have a show coming up, huh?
Yep.
Yep, end of the month on the 30th.
Man, I wish we were closer.
Yeah, we're fucking super stoked about it. Although at this point, we'll take any shows we can get.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I understand, especially with the COVID shit and all. Hey, the guy that was on you guys' show not that long ago, I forget his name, but it's the black guy that was on the poster. What's his name?
Daryl Graves.
Daryl Graves. That guy's great, man. He's an excellent. He's an excellent comic.
He's like a badass streamer. So he's just streaming all sorts of video games right now. But
Oh,
yeah,
awesome.
we were just on his one of his latest streams.
yeah, we just got drunk and played Mario Kart. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, that is awesome.
We're going to hop in on that very soon because I want you to witness me, see me for my true potential. Mario Kart is my jam.
Yeah.
That's
have you
where
guys
I'm-
ever heard of Mario Kart?
Actually, yes. Played that
Yeah.
too many times.
Yeah. You gotta like slam the beer and do the laps, or just do them at the same time.
You get fucked real quick.
That's what Dizzy Bat turned into over the years. You were a kid, you didn't have technology, you did Dizzy Bat races and got drunk like that, and now it's fucking Mario Kart.
Much fun.
Yeah.
Right? More skill involved. Yeah.
Yeah, you have a hard time driving home from that.
Right. If you're not hitting pink drifts, you ain't doing shit.
If you're crashing in Mario Kart, you drink too much.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll start off crashing then. Like right out the gate, fucking done.
So tell us a
Pulling
little
off
bit more
Rainbow
about.
Road too many times.
Tell us a little bit more about your show coming up. Where's your location?
So yeah, it's about an hour and 20 out of Tucson. It's in Sierra Vista.
Yeah.
That sounds sexy.
How far is that from here?
How far is that
It's
from
down-
here? It's far, dude.
Like 9 hours?
Like I flew to Vegas and it was like 3 hours from here.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we'd have. We would. Is there an airport in Tucson?
Yeah.
I think it's international. I think we go to Mexico.
Yeah, it's international.
So it'd be pretty hard to just like surprise.
That'd be cool though. That'd be awesome. That'd be an awesome trip.
It would be cool. We could have a DSR outing.
We'll have to do that though, because our comedy scene here is null. There is none. We have one improv in NOLA and one in Baton Rouge, and both of them are pretty fucking lame.
Fucking
Improv is cringy.
yeah, improv is the bane of our existence.
And it has to be. Everybody watched the old Who's line and thought that's the way to go. You know, that's what I want to do, and it's harder than it looks. It's not something that anybody can just hop on the stage and do. You know.
Yeah, no.
I took an improv class, and it was fun to do, but if you try to watch other people do it, it's unbearable. It's just so bad.
That's just a really roundabout way of telling you he's gay.
Yeah.
Is it bad because they were bad, or is it bad that just the performance was just not the way you want something delivered type thing?
Just very cringy comedy. Like, very kind of like adults being cutesy, kind of.
Oh,
inoffensive.
So there could absolutely be really good improv, just needs to have the right direction, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was. Did you catch that Netflix? It was called like Middle Ditch and Schwartz.
Yes, absolutely.
Love that shit.
That was fun. That was super good.
Yeah, they did that shit right. That was fucking
Those guys are
hilarious.
masters of their craft, man.
Yeah, that was super funny.
Yeah.
There's definitely potential there for it to be good. It's just it kind of caters to a certain type of people that
Yeah.
are very just
It's like when it's good, and when it's bad, it's like the worst.
It's probably more like it's like No Man's Sky. It's really procedural, you know. Like you don't see the mechanics behind the shit, but like if you take it for what it is instead of experiencing, I could definitely see that. That makes sense.
I guess it's like anything else because I can sit through that show, through that entire those 3 episodes, whatever they had, and I loved it. But then again, I can also go see Rodney Carrington's stank ass on the Gulf Shore, Mississippi at the Coliseum. And, like, I loved it, too. I laughed just as hard at Rodney Carrington, all his gross shit that he says. Yeah. But, Cody, I was listening to you guys the other day, and you said something, and I want you to chime in on this a little more. What's the deal? Like, what's the hate for female comedians?
Yeah, Cody? Yeah, I want to hear it, Cody.
I was just joking around just to, like, shit on them. But, I mean... Our female comedians here, most of them, I don't want to, well, I'm not going to mince words. They're kind of pussies here.
Yeah, they're not going to hear it. This is a different audience. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, a little bit.
Are like the ones that are staying home and telling us not to do comedy. And then, like, we have a few good female comics here who are actually pretty funny, who are kind of down with the boys kind of thing.
Yeah. I will say, so in on my side of the spectrum, like, I get mad because they get shows strictly based on the fact that they check off boxes. It's like, oh, well, we need a female, we need a minority, whatever.
Gotcha.
Not because they're good and they've worked for it, like me and Cody, who are white males and they don't want us on the show.
Yeah, I can see that because, and the thing is this, the reason I ask is because I fucking agree. I've been to quite a few comedy shows in Vegas. I've been to comedy shows in New York, and I've seen some renowned comics that were females, and my thing is that you can only tell so many pussy jokes,
Oh yeah.
And it's like that's what I find with female comedians is that they would break out of that shit where it's always about my pussy and my clit hurts or whatever. It's like
my labia this,
Yeah, my labia that. You're right. Sounds like an old kid's nursery rhyme. Labia, go to sleep now.
No, thanks.
Yeah.
Well, it's like them trying to be like guy comics when like they could just have their own unique voice.
They're trying to do like an Andrew Dice Clay thing with their pussy.
Yeah,
right.
Andrew Dice Clay's pussy,
A guy talks about his dick and how small it is, and it just seems to be asshole-ish and funny. But a woman talks about her pussy, and it just is a woman talking about a pussy.
So in a perfect world,
You think dudes would be down to just hear about pussy, but like. It's weird.
Not like that, I guess.
It is. It's not in a funny way either. It's like we only want to hear about pussy when it's time for it, not when you're trying to make fun of your own.
Yeah.
So,
when you have to pay attention more than you normally do.
Yeah,
Make me not want to fuck you. Come on.
Right. That's exactly right. It's like, man, you're kind of hot before, then you started talking about how dank your pussy is. Fuck that.
Yeah.
So in a perfect world, you're telling me a bunch of female improv where they're liberated and they're really entitled about their junk and they only improving about how good their pussy is. That would be the worst evening you could experience, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, imagine going out with your lady on a date, you know what I mean? You're like, oh, fuck, what did I do? What did I get us into?
I think that's called the vagina monologue.
Is the whole free the nipple movement on stage yelling at all the middle-aged white males to get the fuck out of the room?
I paid $55 for this. I could have just stayed at home for
and
that.
I shaved my pussy for this shit, asshole.
I think we gotta fight back, you know what I mean? Like, we gotta make all dude, like, recast movies, you know what I mean? Like the Brotherhood of the Traveling Pants.
Oh, man.
That'd be awesome.
Hear me out. Maybe we could redo Ghostbusters with all male cast this time.
You know what? That might sell.
Get slimed, motherfucker. Let's do it.
But it's like it's so crazy because the original was just all male. So like if you like even suggest that now, it's like what the fuck?
Are you kidding me, bro?
Yeah, the remake of that was such a flop, and they all said it was women's rights, and everybody was hating on the broads, and it's like, no, dude, it just wasn't funny. It sucked.
Yeah.
I'll
Like,
admit
Brian
it if it was good. Yeah.
Yeah. I was telling these guys, I don't know how far it got in the works, but I had heard that they were planning to do an all-female cast of Saving Private Ryan. And it's like some of those dudes are like almost dead but still alive, and the disrespect is so real. You know
that's
I mean?
fucking garbage, man.
Damn,
But
dude.
then I do want to see a bunch of women get killed.
I was about to say, if they're blowing up on landmines one at a time, it might not be a bad flick.
Ow, my pussy. Ow, the shrapnel.
It's all Nancy Pelosi's horde of imps, and they're all running into battle, blowing up.
Oh, no. All female cast
I
of
did think
like,
of
Batman
Schindler's
would
List
be cool.
remake with women.
That's another good one. Hell yes. Or like I said, we had a whole thing one time where we thought about if who was the drug behind the boat by Jaws, and he was the bait. If we had a Jaws remake and all the women were the bait, and we just drug them behind the boat, and then the Jaws came and attacked them. Also another good
Or
premise.
if Jaws had big titties. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool too. A big titty Jaws milking in the ocean. Yeah.
Well, what if that Mew crustacean thing that we were talking about that could turn into any other animals is actually a female?
Yeah. So you guys are into Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not. I didn't know what a Pokemon was until I met Tyler.
We're just assuming yes.
Yeah. You're from the 90s, so you fucking, you're bound.
You have
It was
to.
generous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what is the thing you were telling me about the squirting thing, whatever what is it called?
Okay. So there's an octopus that lives in the ocean that they found that they think may have alien DNA.
It's called the mimic octopus.
It's called a mimic octopus. And this thing, tell me what you think it sounds like whenever I describe it. Whenever it sees another being, it could just turn into it. And it'll have that in its repertoire now to where it'll be able to just basically copy whatever form of other animal it sees.
That's wild. Is that a ditto? That's fucking wild.
Damn.
It's a ditto.
Fuck you guys.
That's fucking wild.
That's
real?
This is
It is. If you go watch videos on it, it can anything that it sees around it. They actually have a video of this thing to where it morphs itself into this little dog-looking thing and has human legs and feet and runs across the seafloor.
Pokemon's
Oh my God,
real.
kill it with fire.
That sounds fucking awesome. So what that means
It
is
made itself into a lionfish and then got away from the diver because I guess it thought, hey, you're seeing a fucking poisonous lionfish and you're not going to try and fuck me.
we have a real life Ditto in the world now. So what that tells me, going off of Pokemon lore, I don't know how y'all nerd them, how deep it goes, but I go this far. Ditto was a failed clone of Mew, which Mew holds all the DNA of all the Pokemon.
Yeah.
And see, I'm one of those that's always like, but where did Mew come from? And Tyler's like, it was just always there.
There's two schools of thought here that Arceus, the god Pokemon that created everything, would have created Mew, but Mew has Arceus's DNA inside itself too, so it's like a chicken and egg situation.
Yeah, so it's just as contradictory as like fucking real life.
Who came first, God or the egg? Type.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So,
I went pretty hard with Pokemon for a while there. I have like a huge Dungeons and Dragons background.
oh, nice.
And for a while there, we just switched off. We were playing different tabletop games,
Sure.
and there was one that was it was like all the stats were written out for everything, but it was like a Pokemon tabletop. It was pretty fucking dope.
That sounds cool. I
That
would
is
fuck
cool.
with that. Yeah, I would fuck with that.
I just stick to the Nintendo Switch.
Pokemon movie, and I started getting goosebumps.
Yeah, that first Pokemon movie was fire.
Did y'all watch the remake?
Not the Netflix
no.
one?
No, I didn't.
The Netflix one. It's exactly the same movie. It just is all CG, and they did it right. It's super good, but it's just something about watching the first one. I still have my ancient Mew card sealed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We all thought those cards were rare.
Yeah, we thought that was going to be worth fucking buku bucks and shit.
It's like $5 because there's so many
Yeah.
out in the world. Yeah.
I still got that gold metal plate.
Yeah,
Like
from Burger King.
Yeah, dude.
Same. I have two
Who
of
would
them.
have ever thought that Burger King toys from the 90s, right, would have been are so popular?
Dude, that gold metal card is worth probably about $50 to $60 now.
A Burger King toy?
Yes. Yeah. It's a collectible,
yeah.
son.
What was I doing? I was having a kid and shit. Yeah.
You were. That's where you fucked up. I was getting my Charizard, and you were getting that cloister.
It was a very hairy cloister, a much older cloister.
You see, I put on the charm, and her cloister popped out.
No, her whispering, I farted in my face is what happened, and then I had love juice.
That's called pink eye, I think. But yeah, so Ditto's real. Ditto's a real thing in our universe. So what that tells me is that Pokemon could absolutely happen now.
Or has happened, and and it's just the who made Pokemon? Like what
The Japanese.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say don't say Orientals because you can't say that in 2020.
The Japanese made Pokemon.
It's funny because some of our family members down here still use like those old words like that. Like,
yeah, they do.
My grandpa says chinky a lot. Like, that's so fucking chinky.
Yeah.
Like, what, dude, you
can't
say
do
that.
No.
Yeah. Or my aunt says she still calls them
It's like a
coloreds.
word, though.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like a chink in your armor. Like, it's a word. It's racially connotative, you know?
that's that D&D shining through, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my grandma and my mom still call black people colored people. And I was like, Mom, you can't say that. She's like, why
feel like you
not? That's what
can.
they wanted to be called back
People
then.
Say, they say urban or ethnic, and I feel like it's the same.
That's
you know what I
worse.
mean?
That's worse
I do
than
feel
just
like
saying
that's the same.
Just saying black dude. You know,
Yeah,
it doesn't
yeah.
matter. Or just a dude. Just because he's black doesn't mean you gotta call him the color. Shit.
Yeah.
Or if you want to, it doesn't matter. Fuck.
Yeah.
This dude's hanging
Down here
brain,
in Arizona,
man.
we call our minorities embarrassment.
We do not do that.
I do not condone.
See, that's why I like that kid, man.
know.
Cody, dude, me and you are right there, bro. You're just a younger version of me, just a little more fucked up, and I like that.
Yeah. That's what drew me to Cody as a podcast host. I'm like, man, I thought I was cringy. Like, Jesus.
It's cool though, man, because y'all got a cool thing going. Because you set it up real nice, and then he's just like me. I see the line, and I know that the toe can go over the line, and then I leap across that fucker 10 or 12 feet, and I know I'm good.
I get away with it here. I can say racist jokes on stage. It's like the abortion jokes; those never really go that well.
Yeah.
Those don't
They get mad
land.
at the abortion.
You know what's the weird thing is that it's not about abortion, you know, and I'm finding that because a kid at work, they were arguing about abortion and how it should be legal or not. And I said, it's not about if it should be legal or not. I don't give a fuck if you want to be a slut and scrape your fucking womb with an ice cream scooper. I give a fuck if my tax dollars are paying for it.
Right. Because you fucking up. I don't want to pay for it.
Dude, pro-choice, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I just don't want to pay for it.
Yeah, judging by how much it costs to, like, extract a tooth, I can't imagine extracting a baby.
Human actual life? Yeah, man. Fuck. It's probably a little more, huh?
Yeah.
Should have just used that dental dam.
Which is so stupid because, I mean, really, if you would see the way some of these coon asses fillet a fish, $20 you're good.
You might as well just go to McDonald's, dude. Fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
there was something. Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead, man.
We were at my work. We were doing this like kind of talk, like a public talk about like gender neutral people and like trans people. And I just went to eat like the free food. And at one point, they did like a Q&A at one point. We had like this trans person at work, and they said they wanted our company to pay for their sex change. And I was like, what the fuck? Why don't they do that?
How is that
If
on
they
your
need trans at
company?
work, like, why are they paying?
Yeah, like how is that my responsibility or the company's responsibility? Dude,
Yeah, I just totally just not.
Or the government's responsibility.
all it is the doctor's responsibility.
It's
you
your
know?
responsibility to pay your own fucking bill.
Yeah, if I want to flip my dick inside out, I expect me to pay for it, not or my partner. You know, like if they're really into it, I guess it's like how much does the dick flip cost? Yeah.
I mean, I know you guys aren't too political on your show. We dive in pretty hard. That's on my own personal agenda. But my biggest thing is this: is that I have a friend We have a friend that's transgendered, and he's a cool cat, man. He don't try and push it in your face and shit, and he's paying his own way. He's on his own T or whatever the shit they call it. But the thing is this, is that...
Boy, T-girl.
Right, exactly. But it shows that the actual Liberal Party is holding the transgender community down because he is a Trump supporter, and he can't say that around his liberal transgender friends without being outed.
Yeah.
And that's fucked to me.
They'll exile him, and he'll lose all support system he has for what
and
he
his
does.
outreach for what he does is so big, and he's not one of those crazy fucking liberal Karen cunts in the street that's screaming in your face. You know, he keeps to himself, and he didn't ask nobody for shit, and he thinks, a different way. But I think it's very shitty that community went out one of their own, so to speak, just because of their political view. And that goes to show what the substance of that movement is.
Yeah, it's sad. It's true, though.
Yeah, it's really weird. I got a little story on that subject. I was doing this show in town. It's called Battle at the Roast Room. It's where a bunch of comedians just go and roast each other in brackets, and then they crown like a champion. I went in there not knowing this was like a politically correct thing, and my second opponent was a lesbian, and so I started throwing lesbian jokes, and I lost the whole fucking crowd. Right? I got booed out basically. But I mean, I'm a white dude, so she was like doing incest jokes at me, and I feel like we're on the same playing field and all. But what happened was that there was this girl, and no one likes her. She's the worst comedian in town. Cody's got a crush on her, so you can tell it's bad.
He's like, I love your disgusting shit comedy, bitch.
She goes on this white knight tirade where she's like, look, my cousin's transgender, and we can't make jokes about touchy subjects like this. And so my girlfriend was in the crowd, and my girlfriend just shouts, "It's fucking comedy!" And there was a whole line of gay and transgender people in front of the seats in front of us. And they were like, yeah, she's right. Stop trying to fucking virtue signal. You know?
Yeah.
Damn straight.
It's always the people that aren't even in the group that are the loudest voices.
Yeah.
And they don't realize they're not accepted. Not being accepted is not because you're transgender. It's because you're a fucking doucher. We wasn't raised with that down here. We wasn't raised with a huge gay community. We didn't. We're the South, dude. And it's not like we discriminate against it. We just didn't run with those crowds. And now it's more and more to where I feel like they scream that the middle grounders and the conservatives are the aggressors, and I feel that's not the case.
Yeah, I think Dave Chappelle said it pretty well. He did a really good transgender LGBT joke, but at the end he's talking about how a transgender person comes up to him after the show and is like, "Hey, thanks for including me." You know what I mean? Most people won't even touch this subject, but you're talking about it, and I feel included. I can joke and laugh too, and I think that's the right way to approach it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you going out of your way to not talk about it makes it worse. Yeah. Or not makes it worse, but just aids to the fact that we're ignoring that's happening.
And
and they feel left out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Absolutely.
Shit, you're at a comedy show. You want to get grilled on. That's exactly what it's for. Fuck. I mean, comedy shouldn't have any barriers until what just became funny again. 9/11 still kind of funny.
Yeah, Jean Bonnet's funny.
John Bonnet's funny.
9/11's the funniest.
I do a bit on Hurricane Katrina still, and
Katrina's funny, dude. I hate to tell you, Katrina's awesome.
Can you give us a taste of that?
Yeah, I want to hear that shit.
Well, it's basically just I used to like to watch my ex-girlfriend fuck up a bunch of dudes. Her name was Hurricane Katrina.
Fair enough.
And it's true.
I think you just said dudes.
Oh, no, black dudes. Sorry. I used to watch it.
The funny thing is that we actually had a guest on our show, a gay black guy.
Yeah.
And we're in the South. And he's also a friend of ours. And he said, and we had to cut it because we didn't know how it would go over with the community down here. Because he said he actually liked being choked out and kind of like racially role playing with an interracial partner, which we were like dumbfounded. We were like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, I don't know about this shit.
Y'all ready to march? Let's go.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
March right in my ass. Here we go.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit going on.
I definitely think comedians should be able to say whatever they want, but at the same time, if you've been to as many open mics as me and Cody, there's always that fucking dude who's just clinging to like, well, I can say whatever I want, but it's like, yeah, but you got to be funny.
Yeah,
dude.
you gotta turn it into a joke.
Yeah.
And it's not the easiest thing to do either, guys, because we give y'all props for that shit. And we're fans of comedy. We told y'all on y'all show, we're not comedians by any means. If we make you laugh, dude, we're proud of that shit, you know?
Right.
And my wife said that before. She's like, you're funny. You should go do... I'm like, I can't do stand-up, man.
We're storytellers, man. We're from the South. We're the Cajuns, so we can bullshit about literally anything.
But to get up there and to start like a routine, like, yo, this... I wouldn't even know where to start, you know?
Give me a guitar.
Like, hey, look at the pussy on that bitch, right? Like, I don't know.
Did you check that camel at the front? Damn.
I would go Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah,
why is it called camel toe? Is it camel or is it toe? You know?
Observational comedy. It's funny from the
It's
night.
weird because, like, you got to be cool with just being dog shit at first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, nobody comes in hot, and if they do, they burn out quick. Like,
That makes sense.
I don't know. It's super weird. Like, bombing is, like, the most humble thing ever. Like for example, I watched Cody. Like, me and Cody have been going to every open mic together for, like, 2 months, and I watched him kill, like, 9 out of 10 shows. But on the one show where he bombed, the last one, for example, you just see that humility come back, and you see him start actually working hard again.
Yeah,
you know?
dude, absolutely. We could relate as musicians, getting on stage and, just killing it, having a great time. There's a good number of people showing up. Like, you feel on top of the world for that moment, and you ride that wave and thinking, yeah, I'm fucking badass. I'm doing real good and shit. And then they got that one gig that 5 people show up that aren't listening to you, and you're still doing a really good job. That's humbling.
Or you get that one gig where you're 2 songs in at City Club of Houma, Louisiana, and then there's a shooting and everybody goes to fuck home.
It's like, did I do that? Fuck.
Did our music kill someone?
You know what's crazy? I was playing at the Brick House that night.
Across the street, yeah. That's insane,
That's
huh?
fucking nuts, man. That's so cool. But there's a lot of parallels for sure, my man. But let our listeners know where to find Off the Deep End.
Where to find Off the Deep End?
Yeah.
We're on Spotify. We're on Anchor. Anchor's our like host site, and they put us on like every podcast site out there. I don't even know them all, but I think we're on like Apple Podcasts, like all the major ones.
Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah. OTDE Tucson is our Facebook page.
Instagram too, right?
Instagram too, I believe. And I think we have a Twitter too, but we have like 2 followers, so
We have a Twitter.
Well, we're gonna get that up to 5.
You didn't even know.
Right on, guys. Well, I really appreciate y'all calling in. It's been really cool. Maybe we could set something up like this again when we don't have as many obstacles in front of us. And you never know, we might surprise you one day at one of your gigs coming up.
Hell yeah. And we're gonna get more of them coming, so there'll be more options in the future.
And hopefully we can maybe in the future after COVID lifts get you guys book some gigs out here because we know a couple local bars and clubs that we know some owners too. That it'd be cool to have something like that because we don't have shit like that. Get a couple of you guys out here and have a comedy show would be great.
We really definitely could set that up. I have a couple spots I'm already thinking of. So send us y'all mixtape. We're gonna start passing that around in the McDonald's bags, and we'll get y'all going quick.
Yeah.
And guys, send us y'all t-shirt sizes in Discord, and that little care package we're gonna send you out. We're gonna throw in a couple t-shirts for you guys.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah.
Make something up for you guys too.
If you ever want to make the crowd feel really weird, you can have us 2 comedians open up before you guys play a show, and we'll just get the whole crowd just feeling extra weird.
That would be freaking awesome.
Fucking right, man. I'm stoked for
Hell
it
yeah.
too. I appreciate you guys calling in. Thanks so much.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Thanks, guys.
Take care. Dank Swamp Rebellion.
Talk to you guys soon, guys.
Off the deep end.
Peace out, dog.
Special thanks to Off the Deep End Podcast. Thank you for listening to Dank Swamp Rebellion. Check us out on dsrtalks.com.